Ew. Next up, we got when Adult Swim calls the bomb square. Another Sir WW. So, let's get into it. See what he's cooked up this time.
January 29th, 2007.
It's one thing I like about Sir W's videos. He always manages to find just like obscure topics that no one else is talking about. And it's like, how the hell have I not already seen a video on this?
The city of Boston, Massachusetts, 911 operators receive a call that goes something like this.
Hello, 911. What's your emergency?
Hey, there's a f***ing bomb over here.
Could you...
This call turned an innocent little ad campaign into a full-on bomb scare that shut down an entire city, caused the president of Cartoon Network to resign, and ended with the most surreal press conference I've ever seen in my life.
My hair is pretty perfect, but altogether, I want to redirect this onto the topic of haircuts in the 70s.
It was kind of funny.
First, let's go back. It's the previous year. The TV channel Adult Swim is in what most would consider its golden era, with the show Aqua Teen Hunger Force being one of its golden children.
Yep,
so of course when the executives
anything in that era is peak. Yep, that was definitely peak Adult Swim. That was peak Adult Swim.
were approached about
Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Robot Chicken, American Dad, Family Guy, Squidbillies. Bro, if you were on Adult Swim in that era, that was peak. That was literally peak.
maybe doing a movie. It was an easy yes, and they gave the show's creators, Matt and Dave, around $750,000 to do what they do best. Make the old people mad while giving the young people the potty humor they crave. And even though they could just make a movie, have a payday, and be done with it, they wanted this movie to shake the world and launch the genre of adult cartoons to new heights and cement it as a money-making art form. To do that, they had to stand out and decide the marketing is a place to start. Rather than the typical TV ads and billboards, they come up with a guerrilla-style approach. Their plan is to put up these LED signs all over Boston, portraying the bad guy from the movie Moon Knight, and they pick an artist and hair enthusiast named Peter for the job.
Boston is my backyard.
Peter also gets his friend Sean to help out. And in January 2007, the two embark on codename Project Boston. They made the signs magnetic to make it easier to put in high traffic areas where a lot of people will see them. Places like street signs, bridge supports, and
I'm lost. How does this advertise Adult Swim though? I'm so lost.
other structural elements. Now, if you're a perceptive individual, you might notice these are pretty good places to put something that's not a sign.
Huh.
Like a bomb. Now, from that frame of reference, I want you to take another look at the sign itself. That's the
yeah. I can see it.
most unfortunate battery placement since the Apple Magic Mouse. I actually asked Peter about it. He said this wasn't the intention. But either way, on January 29th, this was on everyone's TV.
8:05 a.m., police say a passenger finds a suspicious package under I-93.
The battery pack along the bottom edge of the board was also suspicious.
The police were the first to respond and inspect the item. And after a thorough investigation, they concluded that it is a bomb. What's this?
They concluded that it was?
30 of them scattered around the city? Well, that's not good. On that day, Peter happened to be walking down the street when he came across a group of onlookers who were watching a bomb squad inspect one of his signs. So he runs home to figure out the next steps. Of course, the news was already in full swing covering this thing. At this time, everyone was still talking about Al-Qaeda, and September 11th was not that far behind.
Some chilling words from our nation's top intelligence officials about a possible terror attack in the U.S.
Motherfuckers made a whole nationwide bomb scare.
Not if, but when.
So all the news stations, without looking into it at all, just jumped on that without any hesitation.
The biggest security scare in Boston since 9/11.
This set everybody on maximum alert panic mode. They shut down freeways and businesses, and everyone was speculating who it possibly could be.
You see, just like I was saying when we started this, he finds these obscure topics, but they're like just popular enough that like, how the hell has no one talked about? How have I never heard about this?
Meanwhile, the creators of the show, Matt and Dave, are watching TV. And what do they see?
On the left is the item that's that they found, and again resembling this cartoon character
Oh no. First thing they do is call Peter and Sean and tell them not to say anything. They'll take care of it. Everything is gonna be okay. But this is when things got even worse for the authorities, because now in the middle of inspecting the devices, they get a call from Turner Broadcasting, the parent company of Adult Swim, who fill them in on the situation.
Police shut down large sections of the city until they found out it was all...
The Adult Swim directors called up. They made a call. They were just like,
we fucked up. A promotional prank for the Cartoon Network.
Needless to say, they're not happy about it.
It is unconscionable that in this environment, post 9/11, that a corporation like Turner would do something like this in an urban city.
And neither is the mayor, who goes on TV to express his feelings.
Should be warned that this is a heavy penalty. It's imprisonment, 2 to 5 years for each one of them. So we're not playing around.
This is when we first see the divide.
how though? Like, you guys convinced yourself it was a bomb. Who said it was a bomb? But weren't they the only ones that said it was a bomb?
Between old and young people. Because while the media and all the adults are freaking out and confused, the younger people are laughing at how seriously the situation is being taken. Because they had all seen the show and knew what this was all along.
They think battery, they think bomb, everybody gets very nervous, everyone was all in a tizzy.
So you're actually on the side of the terrorists. Yeah. Should I be afraid?
No.
After 9/11, people thought everything was a bomb? I mean, I guess.
Probably not.
Fair
we
enough.
We're gonna make bombs, but we only got the light.
The terrorists are putting up alien cartoon bombs. There's 50 of them scattered around the city.
Lights done.
A cartoon on the Cartoon Network that apparently is very popular with the college kids.
It was also found out that this wasn't the only place these were put up.
It also included several other cities like
Portland, Los Angeles, Chicago,
where the items...
Bro, it looks like a light-up toy where you can... Bro, it looks like a light bright. It literally looks like a light bright with batteries on it. And then the fucking police department was... That's a bomb. Yup.
removed without incident.
So now what the city of Boston is doing looks like even more of an overreaction. To make fun of the people that were mad about it, there was a meme going around that said 1/31/07, never forget, which is, you know, the catchphrase of the thing they were comparing it to.
Biggest security scare in Boston since 9/11.
But even though this...
Hold on. This is 2006. This is early 2000s in a nutshell. Why the hell is he standing so close to her? What? Why he all up on her like that? This nigga is like 2 centimeters from her. Bro, you did not need to be that close, gang. You really did not need to be that close. I think the point would have been felt. Nigga, her shadow is on... Her shadow's literally casting on him. He's so fucking close. That freaks me out. I know she's uncomfortable, dog. I was just trying to get in the shot. Stand over here, bruh. Tell her scoot over. Move in and do it. He knew he did not need to stand right there. He knew he didn't need to stand right there.
Scare in Boston since 9/11.
But even though this is a bad look for them, they just spent $1 million on the response. So admitting defeat...
Bro, she felt every breath. She was feeling the spit particles coming off that motherfucker when he was talking.
Now just means they wouldn't get the money back, and it would make this even more of an embarrassment. So the mayor doesn't budge. He wants these guys punished. Peter and Sean are arrested and taken into custody to stand trial. And what happens next is what I consider to be the culmination of all the arguing. A little press conference is set up for the reporters to ask questions to Peter and Sean, and I assume their intentions were to just flame them for being so insensitive. But the two men had something else in mind. They wanted to use this as an...
Did he just pull the troll face? Bro, just busted out the troll face.
But the two men
had something else busted out the troll face. Hold on.
In mind. They wanted to use this as an opportunity to mess with the reporters a little bit. Because after all, they had been instructed not to talk on the matter. So they walk out on the stage and... I'll just let you watch it.
I think my dreadlocks are pretty nice and they're gonna keep growing for a little while. And maybe they'll reach my knees or something. I don't know what.
How do you feel right now? Okay.
I feel like my hair is pretty perfect.
Got lice for
the
sure.
The entire thing is just reporters asking questions, them pretending like they understand the question, and then returning the subject back to hair.
As I said, they've been advised not to speak about the case.
Have they been advised to act like they're not taking this seriously?
We're taking this very seriously. We've already what was it like to spend last night? We're not getting the feedback that we need from you guys.
What was it like to spend last night in jail?
That's not a hair question. I'm sorry. That's also not a hair question. That's also not a hair question.
Are you afraid that if you go to prison, you'll get your hair cut?
That's a very good question. Whatever.
That is a hair question. That is a hair question.
I feel like my hair is safe at the moment.
People might be sympathetic, thinking the authorities overreacted and you're treating this like a joke. Is there any worry that you'll waste that sympathy?
What I'm wondering right now is whether or not...
Bro, that fucking reporter was back there cooking. He was like, how the fuck do I spin this? I got a hair question for you, little nigga.
The Beatles' hairstyle? Did it actually go into the 70s, or was it all stuck in the 60s?
Guys, serious moment here, actually. This is actually sad. This is just another example of a man trying to even approach the topic of hair and being stopped by the mainstream media. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Unless, of course, you don't agree with me. In that case, f off. No, but for real, the worst part in all this is Peter and Sean being the ones to get all the public ridicule, even though they had the smallest part to play in all this.
These two suspects seem to have no problem mocking their right to remain silent.
Luckily, I was actually able to get a hold of Peter, but he wasn't able to call because he's on tour right now, DJing in Alaska.
That's fucking sick. What?
But we were able to email back and forth, and he says that they were just funny pawns in the whole thing, and the only reason they got all the attention was because of how the public reacted to their video, I assume. And despite all the media's claims that their intentions were to make this look like some kind of explosive, Peter says he just expected people to see it and go, oh look, it's a character from the show.
Bro, anybody, the fact that that got spun into people thinking that it was a bomb threat is like the most, looking back at that, what, damn near 20 years later, that is insane.
We have a movie coming out. It must be something for that.
Most people who shop in our store are going to know that that's the Moon and Knight from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's a very funny television program on Cartoon Network.
The lawsuit ended with Turner apologizing and paying $2 million to the city of Boston. Peter and Sean also had to apologize and do community service, and the president of Cartoon Network at the time willfully resigned. All they could hope for now was for Matt and Dave to make a successful movie, and it did okay.
Oh, you can see the throngs of people lining up to see the Aqua Teen motion picture.
Made $5.5 million on a budget of $750,000.
Damn. You see, this is the era of movies we need to get back to. Why are we dropping $100 million on Minecraft movie, gang? Could have made it for a slight 10. It'll make 70. We're chilling. But now you need the movie to make $400 million to profit.
Very good, but add in the $2 million paid in the lawsuit, this probably wasn't worth the struggle. However, the two moved on just fine after this, and even made an episode making fun of the whole situation called Boston, which was never officially released, but it is online. Years later, in an interview, Peter would say that this was probably the last time any company would take part in guerrilla marketing like this, and instead pass it by authorities beforehand, which kind of ruins the point, making guerrilla marketing a thing of the past. But it's not all a bad ending. Later, the city of Boston hired Peter to do a light show for the 2014 New Year's Eve celebration, where they paid him $50,000. The decision was initially met with some backlash because of Peter's previous actions, but in a pleasantly surprising turn of events, the mayor, Thomas Menino, who remember previously said Peter should go to jail, was confronted about it by a concerned citizen. And in response, all he says is this.
This was a pretty big mistake. I mean, you were outraged by it. The city spent, it was like $1 million.
I think people understand. I mean, just say, some people want to make headlines out of it. We're a forgiving city. This guy made a mistake. We're moving forward.
Nigga, you made the mistake and you're realizing that you fucked up, you fucking dumbass. You spent $1 million in city resources to take down some fucking signs, idiot. Another fucking W, sir. Motherfucking W. Another motherfucking banger. Link in the motherfucking description. Go check out motherfucking Sir W. Drop a like on the video if you liked the video and you made it this motherfucker. Gang.
You can't come around my gang. You ain't got no fucking motion. You ain't got no fucking motion.